We would like to acknowledge our sponsors. First Park Homes Incorporated, the company that has over 3 decades of experience for its roster of noteworthy high-end development projects. Davis Paint Reinvented, the Philippines' #1 paint exporter. The Houselands, a homegrown real estate company that flourished as to the developer into the region. Fiesta Communities, one of the country's flourishing real estate development that offers affordable homes to Filipino community. SMDC, a top company that touches the lives of millions of people through the stores, malls, banks, hotels, and leisure facilities. Duraville Realty Development Corporation, a realty development company born to progressively heed the demand of a typical Filipino family's need for convenient and restful living experience. EGI, Eganzon Incorporated, a premier construction company with extensive experience and valued reputation topped by various corporate entities to construct hotels. A. Brown Company Incorporated delivers diversified business interests such as power generation, public utilities, and agribusiness in the form of palm oil. Golden Haven Memorial Parks, the largest and most beautiful chain of memorial parks in the Philippines with over 30 locations nationwide. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the 2024 Nrea Board of Trustees and Officers and Board of Advisors and Chapter Presidents.
In line with our membership development program and to achieve a dynamic partnership among individuals and corporate entrepreneurs, we take pleasure in inviting you and your company to be a regular member of the National Real Estate Association, Inc., and Nrea, the one-stop trade organization in the industry. The present global trend is inclusivity and not exclusivity. We in Nrea welcome new members regardless of nationality, belief, and membership in other organizations. Also, we are encouraging our members to become an active member of our working committees. Nrea help our members to build network. For more information, you may contact our Nrea Secretariat at telephone numbers 02-912-3492 and 725-48731. You can also reach them at their mobile and Viber numbers at 0927-923-1113 and 0965-539-2012 or email them at nrea_org@yahoo.com.
And for our house rules on this webinar, kindly mute your microphones and always turn off your cameras. Only the MCs, moderators, officers, and speakers are allowed to use the microphone and camera. Type your questions in the chat box, and the moderators will assess and handle the questions after all the speakers have spoken.
Thank you so much. That was Ryan Dadula, our Secretary General of the Nrea Pampanga chapter, and the President of Pampanga chapter, President Archibald Baluyot. Okay, thank you so much. So to start the ball rolling, may we call on our National President, Sir Red J. Rosales, for the welcome remarks.
Thank you, Trustee Alma. Distinguished members of the Nrea Board of Trustees, esteemed advisors, valued members, partners, and those joining us remotely via Zoom and Facebook Live, a warm welcome. It is with immense excitement that we convene today for our March Business Forum, an undeniably transformative force, artificial intelligence significance in business. Today's forum takes a significance as we delve into the ways this technology can revolutionize the real estate landscape. We are deeply honored to have two exceptional speakers with us today. First, we will hear from Mr. Tirso Raymond Gutierrez, Chief of Staff of the Office of E-Government of the Department of Information and Communication Technology, or the ICT, who will illuminate the vital subtopic of significance of AI in business. Following Mr. Gutierrez, we will have the privilege of hearing from Mr. Raymond Almanon, Threat Research and Service Project Manager of Trend Micro Incorporated, whose insightful presentation is entitled AI Trends and Cybersecurity Practices. Their expertise and perspectives promise to provide us with invaluable strategies for leveraging AI's potential, streamlining our industry, and enhancing the client experience. A special word of gratitude to our esteemed speakers, Mr. Gutierrez and Mr. Almanon. Your willingness to share your knowledge and insights is a testament to your dedication to the development of Philippine real estate, and we are deeply grateful for your contributions. The National Real Estate Associations remains steadfast in its commitment to equipping our members with the tools and knowledge necessary to thrive in this digital era. Let us embrace today's discussions with a thirst for innovation and a determination to shape the future of real estate. Thank you once again, and let the forum begin. Maraming salamat.
Thank you to our National President, Red J. Rosales, for the welcome remarks. So we now start the ball rolling, and may we have our Chair Advocacy Committee Nrea Metro from the Nrea Metro Rizal chapter, Ms. Mary Ann S. Fajardo, to introduce our first speaker.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Thank you, National Trustee Almasara, for giving me the floor. Our first special guest speaker today is Mr. Tirso Raymond Gutierrez. Is the Chief of Staff for the Undersecretary of the Office of E-Government of the Department of Information Communications Technology. That's Undersecretary David Almar Jr. And to know more about him, he's currently the Chief of Staff, for the E-Government. He is actually entrusted with the holistic management and development of the organization towards achieving the call for a digital transformed government. And currently, he spearheads building rapport across government agencies at both local and national level in ensuing efficient and effective mobilization of the e-government initiatives with the eGov PH application. His expertise were molded through the 25 years of experience in the banking industry as, as a vice president over various offices of the Union Bank of the Philippines Incorporated and the president of the First Union Insurance and Financial Agency, a wholly owned subsidiary of the same company. With his passion of exploring the possibilities of financial technology, he remains contributing in this field through providing consultancy services for local companies. Further, he is also an advocate in investing in the next generation by being a faculty member of the De La Salle University and the College of St. Benilde, teaching topics on finance, economics, business, and strategic management, and as well as developing a curriculum on digital transformation and with major higher educational institutions. With a background of Bachelor of Arts in Economics at De La Salle University, through a full scholarship from Japan Foundation for Japan Foundation, he's a continuous learning by joining the Executive Education and Lifelong Learning Program of the Asian Institute of Management, pursuing Master of Arts in Public Administration at the National College of Public Administration and Governance of the University of the Philippines, Diliman. So please help me welcome and appreciate our special guest and resource speaker at the same time, Mr. Tirso Raymond Mon Gutierrez. Sir, you may now have the floor. Thank you.
All right, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Good morning, magandang umaga po.
Gandang umaga po.
Yes po, loud and clear, sir.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank personally the organizers of this forum, the National Real Estate Association, and of course, the organizers, the president, Mr. Red Rosales. Thank you for inviting us. I'm representing the Office of the Undersecretary for E-Government, Undersecretary David Almirol Jr., and of course, the entire DICT, the Department of Information and Communications Technology, led by our very own Secretary, Attorney Ivan Uy. So I was invited today, this morning, and I was trying to look at the program, and apparently I only have 15 to 20 minutes max, no? So looking at the slides that we'd usually share, no, with other partners in government, and also as well as from the private sector, we'd usually spend an hour or two, no, just to be able to share our insights, because we want to really conduct a very thorough campaign insofar as how the government has really transformed. Well, not yet transformed. We are in the process of transforming, and hopefully, well, I don't want to preempt, the son of the president is likely to consolidate all our efforts the last 18 to 19 months when we started working at the department. When I joined 18 months ago, we basically had nothing, no, at the department insofar as any comprehensive framework that would really transform our government. So today I'm invited to share how particularly artificial intelligence is able to impact, no, the way we do business. And when we talk of artificial intelligence, we basically think of something, usually it's a bit intimidating, and in so many ways it's something that nobody would want to really talk about except to listen, no? It's basically because you hear a lot of processes and requirements for you to be able to conduct one. But essentially, what really is AI? Artificial intelligence for so many years have been around in every day that we do since the invention of computing. Artificial intelligence has been there, but it's only lately, during the last 5 to 10 years, that we've really come to consider it as a significant component in the way we want to digitally transform. What do we want to transform? Essentially, we want to transform business processes, not to be precise, no? Why? Because we want to fast track, we want to make things efficient, we want to make things more productive, We want to cut time in terms of the time required to process things. And therefore, essentially, what we're looking at is a general improvement in the lives of so many people around us. Now, insofar as the real estate community is concerned, I am sure in the next few months and years, you would continually experience a lot of transformation. I would not want to preempt what exactly would this be in terms of the technicalities and the trends. I would leave that to our partners, to my peers, co-speakers, who are likely to give you a more comprehensive details about the trends in AI, for example. But what I want to share with you now is what the government is actually doing, no? Insofar as this pathway is concerned. So can everyone see my slide? So can we go to the next one, please? So we entitled our slide basically as the government digital transformations. This is a holistic configuration of everything that is digital and transformative in a way in everything that is now existing in all government agencies, both at the national and local government. So from this slide, you can actually see how expansive, no, the role of the DICT insofar as the mandate of transforming the country towards its journey of digitally transforming everything that we do. So to be more precise, I would just like you to focus maybe on the fact that we are tasked to deliver changes in 22 major departments nationally and about 1,634 local government units, which we are currently doing right now. In fact, tomorrow or today, as we speak, the president is actually launching, no, this electronic LGU somewhere in Pasig. I cannot just simply give the exact location, but with all the other government officials and local government executives, this is perhaps the day that we can say that, hey, okay, this is now what the government is doing. So we can just simply focus on those two and forget about the rest, because this is so immense. As I mentioned, we basically have an hour to spend, but I won't be able to do that. So let me again fast track. Can we go to the next slide, please? Thank you. Okay, so as the president said, digitalization is the call of today. No, not the call of the future, but of the present. It is here, it is needed, and it is needed today. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, so in trying to transform, we want to transform what? No? So what we are seeing right now, well, for the last 10, 15, 20 years, there are so many challenges. Not to mention, we know for a fact that for every national agency, they were able to successfully conduct their own systems upgrade, so to speak. No? So in fairness to all our partners in government, every major agency at the national and local government was able, no, to actually implement or execute. And so far, we've seen a lot, like the likes of BIR, PhilHealth, GSIS. You have all of them, no, announcing that they have successfully conducted their automation. But the real problem that we have right now really is interoperability. So what we're having is a lot of silos in government where there are particularly very good systems, but they are not talking to each other in a way that would redound to the delivery of the general public services, no, to an ordinary Filipino citizen. So what happens is, if I were, for example, a fresh graduate, no, from college, and I would like to find, of course, land up my first job, then I would have to go to SSS, I would have to go to PhilHealth, I would have to go to BIR, etc., etc. Not to mention the police clearance, NBI, etc., etc. So what we're doing right now is to integrate all of this and make all these existing systems embedded in just one platform. So what we did is to launch the eGov platform, which, by the way, is downloadable, and you can now access it, no, at the palm of your hands, and that's for free. You don't have to pay for it. So it's the first big step of the national government towards unifying everything that is working already in government and that is already delivering their basic services. What is lacking is the interoperability. So much so that when one ordinary Filipino decides to engage government, he only has to download that eGov app and everything will be connected to him. So he can now access BIR, PhilHealth, SSS, they can eventually secure their police clearance, NBI, and all of these required government licenses or certificates. No, so that is the first big step. Not to mention as well the provision of the national digital ID, which was just recently transferred to us in terms of the mandate of the distribution. This is not to say that the PhilSys or the ongoing distribution of the physical card will stop. It will continue. The PSA and the DICT are currently working on this in so far as the delivery of the digital version. So when you download the eGov app, and if you have already successfully applied for your national ID, whether you've received your physical card or not, you can now also download your digital version, national ID digital version. So first things first, you need to register with the Philippine Statistics Authority, which basically has the mandate, no, to in terms of the policies and the framework. They are still the ones leading, no, or in charge of this. So that in itself signifies a big change in government. So with that national ID, that essentially would allow any Filipino citizen, no, to represent himself in all of these national and local government agencies. No? And this is going to be done automatically, digitally. So once you download the eGov app, you are actually already trying to connect to all of the available national and local government agencies in the eGov app. No? But of course, there is such a thing as data privacy. So we're very much aware of that. And that is the reason why you will be prompted whether you are allowing your data to be processed and accepted by another user or another agency for that matter. So these are the challenges that we want to correct, no? and provide a lasting solution. And that lasting solution apparently is the launching of the national eGov app. So next slide, please. Next slide. Okay. In a nutshell, we would like to just share with you the 6 or 5 pillars, no, of the digital transformation that we wanted to pursue as a general roadmap. So we are currently conducting e-government system and platforms assistance. So what we do is, well, basically this is where the eGov, no? This is where the eGov is anchored, no? This is the e-government system platform, wherein we are able to connect all existing national government and local government offices. Then secondly, we also continue to help them, no? Like, so for example, the Department of Tourism, no? We were able to launch the e-travel. I'm sure most of you here in the real estate world have been traveling, no? In and out of the country. And you must have noticed the existence of e-travel. Though that is not yet perfect, it is an evolving one, and it's still something that is quite unique. No? In fact, in the ASEAN region, we're the only one, no? who would probably have that, aside from Singapore. No? And that showcases the fact that we can now transform governments, no? Of government frameworks, government policies, and government programs into a digitalized version. So from there, in terms of analytics, the Department of Tourism would now be able to find ways how to promote, no? How to promote certain localities, no? Eventually, no? And this is where the artificial intelligence comes in, no? See, because once anyone is able to register, all of these data are transmitted, and data analytics would run the figures and come up with inciting and meaningful contents, no? Or insights that would be used by the national agency insofar as the promotion of their programs in increasing the number of tourism, both from foreign and from the domestic community. So that is one. We're also doing a lot with the Department of the DILG, for example, which is launching. We are launching right now the electronic LGU. So that is also a massive campaign. We are also doing a lot in terms of the digital payments. So we are conducting talks with the Department of Finance, the BSP, and the Bureau of Treasury. We are also about to conduct the launching of the electronic visa. So that would involve the Department of Foreign Affairs, and so on and so forth. No? The PNP also, for example, is we just launched a pilot run with the city of San Juan to digitize, to automate the way they monitor crimes, and how the ordinary Filipino citizen would be able to take part in the reporting of crimes, and this would all be digitally done with the help of artificial intelligence. So that is what we're doing individually with all these national government agencies. Then again, the local government, number 3. And of course, with all these data accumulation and exchanges, we need to have a singular platform for government data, for streamlined management of all this data. And lastly, of course, we also help the government, all national agencies, which includes the government-owned corporations, even the state universities and colleges, no, in defining and enhancing their current information systems strategic plans. So in the past, these were just submitted without any thorough analysis and consultation. So right now we sit down with them, we make sure that they understand what they are exactly procuring, no? And why. For example, we want to find out if the purpose is for interoperability in government, because we want to prevent, no, another exercise in futility where in one government would be able to come up with their own system, but it's not entirely connected to the other agencies, which is going to be a waste of taxpayers' money. So there you have it. We have 5 major pillars that we consider would be very significant to our path, to our journey, no? In terms of the digital transformation of the country. Next slide, please. So in a nutshell, this is what we call process simplification. And because of the e-government execution or implementation, we should be able, no, to provide more in terms of connectivity. Of course, we're also doing at the same time, concurrent with what we are doing in terms of the hardware and the software and the peopleware. The upskilling, where the peopleware is related, is also a significant part of our efforts. No? Of course, not to mention cybersecurity, because as you embark on this major journey, the more that you conduct all of these automation and enhancements and innovation, all the more that you are exposing all the data, no, to threats. And that is why we have a separate entity that deals with this. No? Our co-speaker in cybersecurity might be able to share also some of his insights regarding this. A primary consideration that the government is pursuing is, of course, financial inclusion. And this is more relevant to you as well. No? As the country progresses, as the economy progresses, the financial conclusion index of a country is very much, no, an important and integral part. If there is an indication that the country is going to move forward, it's got to have a very inclusive, no, policy in terms of making sure that most, if not all, of its population would have a bank account. No? And it doesn't stop there. Of course, once you are able to get one, the likelihood, no, of the social mobility, the likelihood of that person being able to transform his own life, because now he has this ability to transact and make decisions and probably have an entrepreneurial mindset, then that could be the start. So this is very important to the national government insofar as the economic progress of the country is concerned. So next slide, please. In a nutshell, I'm giving you a layout, no, of all the existing projects that we are currently doing. And this is, I would say, this is not everything. No, this would probably represent just about maybe 60-75% of national government. So we hope in the next 4 more years, no, of this administration, we should be able to complete, no, and integrate everything, all significant workings in government, and provide the ordinary citizen a chance, no, to engage government at the click of a button in a cell phone, and be able to do whatever he wants at the comfort of his home, and reducing the requirements to travel, to at least commute. So that would in effect save a lot, no, for the ordinary Filipino in terms of time, in terms of trouble, and in terms of money that they would have to spend for transportation. So if you look at this, 21 systems in national government, there's so many. The national ID alone is a big task, no? Then you have 69 or national government agencies, no, that we are dealing with. 42 of them are currently being assisted. Okay, and at the LGU, at the local government level, we have almost 1,700, no, nationally. So it's a huge task, and so far there are 799 already who are able to issue business permits, no? But there are 245 who are able to issue barangay clearance, and so on and so forth. This one is very important to you, no? 134 building permits. No? These are all existing systems, by the way, that some of our local governments are able to conduct. But now we're integrating all of them into a more unified system, and that it's going to be employing a lot of artificial intelligence, such that when you travel across the country, wherever you are, the local government that could be captured by your cell phone, by the signal of your cell phone, would come from where you are located. So if you are residing probably in the Visayas and you are traveling across the country, the default would always be like for example, the one in Cebu where you are residing, but you can change. No, you can change. Eventually, that's going to be part of the artificial intelligence provision. So in a nutshell, those are some of the salient features that we are thinking of. Then we have eGov Cloud, and lastly, as I mentioned, the eGov ISSP, or the integrated systems, no, that the agency would submit us for review. Okay, next slide, please. So these are some of the ongoing projects. No? Okay, this is also the eGov DX platform. This is what we basically conduct in terms of our ability to interoperate. We use a lot of APIs. No? APIs are our application programming interface that basically is the reason why one system is able to talk to another system in government and able to virtually transact, no, and provide assistance to a typical transaction. So gone are the days that you have to go to BIR and then you have to go again to SSS for any transactions. We're not saying that it's available already right now, but that's already being done, no? And that's the reason why every week we're meeting with all these government agencies. So hopefully before the son of the president would be able to announce this. No? So we don't want to preempt, but this is something that would benefit all of us eventually. Okay. Next slide, please. I think I only have a few more minutes left. Okay, so this is also the example of PhilHealth and GSIS already integrated in the eGov app. So this is part of our national government digitalization. So if you have downloaded the eGov app, you can check the exact premiums that were remitted to you, or remitted to PhilHealth rather, by your employer. This is online. This is real time, no? And you can eventually you could also process your transactions, no? If for example you are going to be confined, no, our goal is to make it that seamless, no. So even in the hospital, while you are already confined, you can apply, no, online and process your PhilHealth application, no, for deductions. So that's something that, you know, a lot of Filipinos would be very excited and be very thankful for, no, eventually. Also, the GSIS for government officials and employees, no, there's also a similar system, no? And eventually for all of us, employees, private corporations, employees, the SSS would soon be also a part of this, no? So you could also apply for a loan, for calamity assistance, and so on and so forth. So next slide, please. Okay, next slide. I guess we've discussed this already. Okay, they're doing a nationwide caravan already. So this today is the launching actually. Okay, next slide, please. Next slide. So this is the looks. This is how the eGov would actually look, no, when you download it. No? Okay, next slide, please. There you have it, the national ID. So again, if you have successfully applied with the PSA, with the PhilSys for your physical ID, whether you've received the ID or not, you can now download the eGov app and you can generate your digital version, the digital national ID version. Okay, next slide, please. Next, please. By the way, we will be including also the signature, no, in this national ID. And by the way, before I forget, I believe the banking industry would also be using this, no, eventually, because of its digital automation and its ability to verify whether one individual truly exists. No? So this would eventually prevent fraud in all transactions in both in the national government, at the local government, and even in the private sector. So the banking industry would soon require the submission of the national ID in your cell phone. Okay. And this we can go in fast. One of the launchings that we've had. We've done I think 3 to 4 already. No? Okay, we can go to the next slide. Okay, this is the e-travel. Okay, next slide, please. The e-travel has already served, I think, almost 20 million. Okay, so I guess that's it. No, I'm aware I'm lacking. I don't have time anymore, so I got a cue that I need to close this. And again, we would like to thank everyone for allowing us to share some of the things that we're doing in government. Thank you very much, and good morning.
Okay, thank you po. Ano, that's so extensive and it's exhilarating. Parang Pero ang ganda-ganda as I look at it, sir. Anyway, so we have all been clamoring for fast and efficient government service. We frown over too much bureaucracy and complex procedures. And so here comes digitalization of government services, resolving the demand for simplified government processes, the ease in doing business. But our demand for a fast track services, now digitalized, requires an equal countermandate of diligence from us stakeholders to keep up with the changing time. The eGov platform, the preferred technology for government administration and delivery of government services, is responsive to the call of every Filipino. Download the eGov app and enjoy a seamless government services and transactions, as said by our speaker. So we thank we thank you, our esteemed speaker, Chief of Staff, Sir Tirso Raymond Gutierrez, from the Office of the Undersecretary for E-Government, the Department of Information and Communication Technology. Sir, marami pong salamat sa inyo. For the second presentation, may we call back Ms. Mary Ann Fajardo of Nrea Metro Rizal chapter to introduce our speaker on the topic AI trends and cybersecurity practices.
Thank you again, Ms. Alma. Okay, for our second and last resource speaker for today is from Trend Micro Inc. It's a global cybersecurity company. Our resource speaker is an expert because he has been in the cybersecurity industry for more than 15 years and has a vast experience with cybersecurity threats from rootkits to ransomware, and now the so-called IoT, that's Internet of Things, cyber threats. He has attended local and international trainings and conferences on cybersecurity, IoT, artificial intelligence, and machine learning that come with it. He is also a frequent speaker on Trend Micro events and conferences like the Tech Camp, the Shift++, and Decode. He has been invited to talk in the IoT Summit Philippines way back 2018 and the 12th ACM conference, or that's the Association for Computing Machinery, and Privacy in Wireless and Mobile Networks in 2019. It's an international event held in Miami, Florida. Our second speaker has led several teams in Microtrend, including Consumer Security Operations Center. And currently he is leading the IoT Tech Circle Group, New Technology Research Group, and Z Group, who focuses on artificial intelligence related technologies. So let us all welcome our second speaker, Mr. Raymond Almanol, as he is currently the Threat Research and Service Project Manager roles. Sir, thank you for your presence. You may take the floor.
Hello, thank you. Can you hear me?
Opo, sir.
Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, good morning, everyone. Again, my name is Raymond Almanon. I'm from Trend Micro, a senior threat researcher. And today I was asked to talk about the AI in cybersecurity, a new ally and adversary. And throughout my session, we'll be talking about what's the current state of AI right now, what's the status. I will also share about the threat landscape of AI, how it looks like in a high level. We'll also share the good and the bad side of AI, how to spot some common AI threats. And then lastly, I'll share some Trend Micro AI solution. There's a lot of AI solutions actually, but since we only have 15 minutes today, I'll share just one very specific AI solution from Trend. So let's start. I have here some stats about AI, and this is according to CompTIA IT Industry Outlook on 2024 survey. They surveyed around 513 institutions about the status of AI, and 22% of them actually are aggressively pursuing the integration of AI on their business. And then 33% of them are engaging in limited implementations of AI, and 45% are actually on the exploration phase. So what does this mean? It means that companies are actually seeing AI as one of the maybe tool that they can use on their business to progress. And you can see here on the stats that these companies are really exploring the use of AI. And then on the statistics or the survey done by Forbes Advisor, also last year, they say that 56% are actually using AI to improve and perfect business operations. 51% of them are actually turning to AI to help with security and fraud management. And then we have 47%. They harness AI tools in the form of digital personal assistants, for example, Siri or Alexa. So question is like why are these companies actually using AI? Reason is because there's a lot of benefits in using AI currently. And I want to share you some of them. So first off, one of the benefits of AI is it introduces human error. Basically, AI is like a computer program, right? So if you program it correctly, you can assume that it will run perfectly. It won't have any errors. And also, because we're sure that the accuracy of AI is high, so it saves both time and resource, especially when you talk about like computing. Another benefit of using AI is that it can automate repetitive tasks and processes. This is also, I think, for me, is one of the key differentiator of AI, because a lot of work currently are really repetitive tasks, like for example, data collection or data entry, or sending out email, or responding to emails, doing software testing, things like that. So these are all repetitive tasks that can be automated already by just simply deploying AI. Also, what's good about this is that if you use AI on this specific task, then employees get to focus on other tasks that really requires human help. Now, the third one, AI-enabled digital assistant. So I think one basic example here is the use of Siri or Alexa, or I mean, if you have iPhone, then you talk to Siri, or Google Assistant if you have Android phones. That's one of them. Also, if you notice that there's a lot of AI chatbots that are being released recently, even companies are actually deploying AI chatbots on their businesses. Next one, another advantage in using AI is that it smoothly handles big data. Again, it's a computer program, so it's really good in terms of big data analysis. And in terms of accuracy, it has a good response as well. It also facilitates in decision making. As long as you put reliable data or information in your data source, then it can provide you a good output in terms of what kind of result you wanted to have. Again, depending on the algorithms and also the machine learning model that you're using, then it can provide a really good result. And then the last, but definitely not the least, is that the full-time availability. So compared to us humans, I mean, we need rest days, we have weekends, we have holidays. But for AIs, it can run 24/7. So if you, example, deploy a chatbot, you don't need a person to man it in like 5 days and then have a rest day, right? It can run 24/7. So that's one of the biggest advantage of actually deploying AI. So with all these advantages, there also comes with disadvantages. And one of them is actually the disadvantage in terms of threat. So based on our Trend Microsecurity prediction for 2024, one of the predictions that we have is that generative AIs will level up social engineering lures. So what does it mean? So it means that even hackers will be using AI, especially generative AI. They will use it as a tool to enhance their social engineering schemes, which means you'll get more spam emails or spear phishing emails, business email compromise. These kinds of attack are usually done through social engineering, and AI will be a big help on this, especially on the attacker side. Also, in the near future, we're also seeing that voice cloning will be also one of the maybe issue that we have to tackle in the coming, I don't know, years, because as the AI tools gets powerful, then it also brings more capability. One of them is audio and video misinterpretation. So speaking of generative AIs, I also have here some information about current threats. So in terms of the threat landscape, last year, FBI reported that phishing or spoofing is actually one of the, it's a top crime of last year. You can see the numbers. It ranges to around 300,000. The next one is data breach, only 55K. So the difference is actually huge. And because of this, this is actually true because in the Philippines even, we've seen telecoms company like PLDT Smart sending out cautions to their subscribers to watch out for AI crafted phishing emails. So this happened like December last year. So also one thing is that Interpol was able to take down 16 Shop together with Trend Micro. We actually helped them on this part. We were able to take down 16 Shop. It's actually a phishing company or a phishing I'll say that a phishing group who uses phishing kits powered by AI, and we were able to track down the main person behind the 16 Shop, and we're able to, with the help of Interpol, we're able to arrest the criminals. Also, deepfake and misinformation is something that's becoming really popular right now. One example is that if you've heard the news last year in Indonesia, there is actually there's an election going on in Indonesia last year, and then there's one party actually uses fake Suharto video. Suharto is a previous president or a dictator in Indonesia who died many years ago. Then they use a fake video of the former president Suharto asking the Indonesians to vote for a certain candidate. So this is really a big concern that actually happened in Indonesia last year. And this is just one example. Another thing is that Singapore is currently developing tools to detect deepfakes and also reduce the risk online. So they're also seeing that deepfakes is something that will be troublesome to everyone, especially example on the Indonesia case. It deals about politics and the future of the country, right? And if a lot of people will get fooled by deepfakes, then that will be a huge problem for everyone. Also, in Philippines, also reason why I think phishing has become really a top issue is because of social media. As you know, Philippines is actually the top social media user. We have 94 million active users every day, and the top platform is Facebook Messenger, IG, TikTok, and all the rest. So we are really a country that really loves social media. What does it mean? So the online scams actually became the top list in the Philippines because of social engineering. So last year, this is data from our government that 19,000 cybercrimes happened actually last year, and 55% of them represented online scams. And the next one is just 7%, and this is about the computer-related identity theft and online libel. You can see that there's a really huge difference in terms of the online scams that in the country happened last year. So something that we also have to think about. And again, with the presence of AI, it's something that would empower even more ways for attackers to do social engineering schemes to users. So let me quickly share with you how we can spot AI threats. And one of them is basically you have to also check the sender. So this applies to I think a lot of AI related threats that deals with like messages, emails, or text messages. So always check the sender, the phone number. If it seems suspicious, then definitely you don't have to. You consider that as a fake message. Also check the spelling and grammar. If you have been using ChatGPT for some time, you will notice that ChatGPT uses some like deep English words, like tapestry or really hard, not very popular English words are being used by AIs right now. So you can watch out for this kind of text on the messages. Also suspicious links. Any link, basically what I would recommend is that any link you see in text message or an email, never click them. Even if you know that it's from a legit source, just to be careful that you won't be leading to a phishing site. Also, lastly, if you see that it's an urgent, like a threatening request, then that's something that you have to also watch out for, because sometimes, or most of the scammers, usually they use urgency to pressure someone to like give information or click on links, things like that. Last, we would like to talk about the solution, and on this specific talk, I'd like to talk about the Trend Micro AI solution. So like what I mentioned, we have a lot of different solutions that we can do in AI, but for this specific case, I would like to share one thing. So we have, we call this Trend Micro Vision 1. Basically, it's a cloud, it's a security platform that serves cloud hybrid on-premise environments. It combines ASM and XDR, or attack surface management, and extended detection and response. So in simple terms, you can see that Vision is like a portal that sees all the feedback coming from all devices on your network. And the way we apply AI here is that we have what we call the Vision One Companion. It's an intuitive tool that will help you understand what's going on your network or on your company. So this companion AI tool is something that will explain or contextualize the alerts for you. It does triaging and recommends actions. It does decoding complex scripts and also develops and tests sophisticated search queries. So basically, it's a companion that helps users better understand what's going on in the network, kind of attack is happening, how to mitigate the risk, how to identify the attacks, how to solve it. So it's really something, one of the use cases that we have in the company right now in terms of AI. There are also other ways of how to use AI. Probably I just mentioned one of them is through detection. So as you know, when the malware behaves on a device, it does some it has some similar behaviors to other malware. So that's something that can be done by AI as well. You can identify a specific file, if it's malicious or not, based on its behavior. And machine learning and AI can actually do the detection by this information. Okay, and again, there's a lot more, but I don't have enough time today. And lastly, I'd like to leave you with this quote. In the journey of discovery, AI lights the way to a world where the extraordinary becomes ordinary. And this is by ChatGPT. Okay, so that's all for my talk today. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much for that, sir. This was just timely this morning. I heard my colleague scolding his subordinate, and he was saying, I overheard him saying, "How many times did I tell you not to use Chat GPT? Empower your thoughts, empower yourself, use your own thoughts." You see, artificial intelligence in cybersecurity. Indeed, a new ally, but also an adversary. But what becomes an adversary is not the application of the AI itself, but the lack of knowledge or the skill to operate it. It requires the user to really understand not only the operational usage of it, but the debilitating effect of too much reliance on the use of it. We would like to thank our esteemed speaker from the Office of Threat Research and Service Project of Trend Micro Incorporated, who happened to be the manager of that same office. Sir, we thank you, Sir Mon, as we call him too, Sir Mon Raymond Almanon. So before we head off to the open forum, may we please give way to thank our sponsors.
First Park Homes was formed from the partnership between Century Properties Group and Mitsubishi Corporation, having that goal to raise the standards of community housing in the Philippines without costing too much. Unlike other housing communities, First Park Homes is actually what they call the 4 C's. It's the brand pillars which they follow. It stands for complete, conceptive, connected, and convenient. Oh, complete because their homes are fully finished, which means the walls are painted, you got your complete flooring. This place is secure and you got provisions to expand. Basically, all you need are your furniture and you're ready to move in. How easy is that? Conceptive because First offers amenities which go beyond the basic. Get this, for every subdivision, there is a specific theme for the amenities which can be enjoyed by both young and young at heart. They have amenities that promote the arts, encourage good health, build social development, and strengthen the community. Like for example, in Bulacan, they have these life-sized board games. In Lipa, they have traditional Pinoy games, and they even have an outdoor cinema. I think It's really amazing that they're introducing unique amenities for families to enjoy. First aims to keep everyone connected to life essentials. Imagine they even have a shuttle to bring you to nearby transport hubs. Now that is hassle-free. Lastly, convenient. Owning your first home is now easy through First's simplified buying process. Owning a First Park home is more than just an investment. It's your first home that lasts.
Okay. Wow. I'm really getting excited too on these topics. So let's dig deeper here for the open forum, of course, with our moderators from the PropTech Consortium of the Philippines, our Executive Director, Ms. AJ Rosero, and our very own Sir Consultant Jovi Francis W. Tupas, our Vice President for Internal Affairs, Nrea. Sir and ma'am.
Good morning, AJ.
Good morning, Sir Jovi. Good morning, everybody. You know, the topic for today is very enlightening. There's a lot of talk about AI, the benefits, the adoption. But I think we have great speakers, of course, Sir Mon from the ICT. And of course we have from Trend Micro, we also have Sir Raymond, Sir Jovi. So let's start the question.
Yes, AJ, we have two Raymonds, or siguro we will just refer to Sir Raymond, Sir Mon for DICT,
Yes.
and Sir Raymond from Trend.
Correct.
So,
Yes. Sige.
go ahead, ladies first, Miss
Yes.
AJ.
Sir Mon, can we start with you?
Sir Mon from DICT.
From the ICT?
Morning. Morning again. You can call me Mon. Mon.
Sige. Sige, Mon, magkaedad lang naman yata tayo. But I feel awkward, ha? So, the very encouraging yung presentation mo about the digital transformation in the government, and as we see it, there's a lot of partnership and collaboration with other agencies. And actually all of the agencies, sa LGUs and things like that. How has the adoption for the use of eGov app been?
Okay. Of course, it's going to be, I will have to admit, it's really also a challenge on the part of the government. That is why we are trying to do this slowly and carefully and as planned. So we don't want to just go out there and announce that okay, this is everyone, you can now download. If you notice, we don't have a national campaign yet, because we are still in partnership with our with partners from the private sector. We do consultations, no? People from Trend Micro as well, no? I mean, we want to make sure that this is going to be something that, of course, not just beneficial, but would not disrupt, no, the operations in many of the sectors in the economy, in the society. So this should be seen as an add-on, an innovation that the country needs in order to speed up, no, our economic growth and development, because the world is changing. And in fact, in the index that we are trying to monitor, where we are ranked number 55 out of, I think, if I'm not mistaken, no, not 55. We're actually 80 plus out of 190 countries. So you can just imagine 85. So that's too. It's not. Of course, it's not high, but it's not down either. No, I mean it's not. It's not. We consider ourselves at the middle of the pack, but it's something that we can take advantage of. We believe it's something that we should work on and be able to be part of the at least the top 25 in the world. And because of that, we should be able to generate more productivity, efficiency, and that should translate to economic growth and economic proficiency in the country.
Yeah, Sir Mon, there's a question if the ID can already be used for identification, ano? And I believe it is in most cases, no? So, but what's the ultimate plan for the digital ID? Just
Again,
quick summary.
again, we don't want at the DICT, we are just the provider of the technology template, the platform, so to speak. So we don't want to preempt what the PSA and the Office of the President would announce, no, insofar as the actual implementation and actual rules of engagement, if they and as to when they will decide, no, to do this. But certainly, there will be an announcement, a formal announcement coming from the executive department, the leadership, no, from the Office of the President, that would provide specific instructions to all sectors of the society. In particular, of course, in terms of the national government and the daily routines and transactions in government, and so that would also involve in a big part transactions, and that's why the banking sector would also be a part of this eventually.
All right. Thank you for that clarification, Sir Mon. I give the next question to Sir Jovi.
Thank you very much, AJ. Now we move on to our second speakers, Sir Raymond Almanon from Trend Micro. So, first question, sir. How do we know if you are not an AI-generated speaker? Because you, in your lecture, you've talked about deepfakes, you've talked about a future wherein AI will be maybe the norm in the future. So how can we determine if something is an AI-generated figure or an AI-generated voice or parang mga robocalls or how do we determine? Parang the future seems parang bright and at the same time scary. So as normal individuals like our listeners and like myself, how would we prevent or how will we determine if something is AI generated or what? Sorry.
Right. Yeah, that's a really interesting question. And I think so we've been talking about this for some time as well, that I think for right now, education is actually one of the key. As long as you know that this kind of threat exists, then somehow you'll have a way on how to identify if it's really real or not, right? So number is educating the people, telling them that these things exist, how to spot them from happening. Right now, I think what's good is that even if it's AI generated, somehow you can still tell that it's like just an AI image, right? So there's still like example, the rendering is not that good, or maybe there are lag on the voices, and also maybe the voice might sound too robotic, for example. So these things right now is still noticeable, but in the near future, probably you won't be able to recognize that. But again, right now we're still looking into I don't think of any technology right now who can tell whether like in terms of like video if it's like fake or not. But we do know that example for text, we do have tools that can know whether a message is AI generated or not. So that one is existing already. For videos, like what you mentioned, I'm not sure if you have already, but I think again one of them is right now knowing that this kind of threat like exists, and somehow we can still tell basically if it's really fake or not. Yeah.
Sir Raymond, as a follow-up, regarding mga bank transactions, we've heard about banks or yung mga online payment systems being vulnerable to hacking. How can we as consumers prevent or try to avoid it? Because of course, once we go into the apps of these banks, we are assuming that they have already have built-in security that is far more better than what we have in our phones. But as regular consumers, how can we prevent or avoid these kinds of hackings?
Right. So yeah, the in terms of like transactions, I mean your phone connecting to the bank servers or everything, so that is secure. But there's also something about at the end user side, you can enable actually multi-factor authentication or MFA, or sometimes 2FA. 2FA is also okay. So it means to further secure your device and your transaction, you have to make sure you enable this kind of security features. Most apps have this already, but some of them requires the user to turn it on because again, they have to comply on some basic standards. So people should be aware that securing your banking app is something that also one of the obligations of the user. So you have to turn on MFA or multi-factor authentication. It means that every time you do transactions, you'll get a code, either a text message or an email or some confirmation. You have to type in your PIN for you to for the transaction to go through. Sometimes it takes multiple checking before that. I mean, before the transaction pushes through. But again, this is because they want to make everything secure in terms of like you sending money. So that's I think one of the I think tip I can give to everyone in terms of securing their banking.
Thank you very much, Sir Raymond. Miss AJ, my partner, do you have any follow-up questions or another new question?
Yeah, we have another question for Sir Mon of the ICT, and we want to take advantage of the fact that we have the ICT with us today. Now, Sir Mon, there are questions in relation to the paperless transaction as you know as a wish list now for the real estate industry, because as we know, there's a lot of permits, licenses that needs to be accomplished by the developer and at the same time, you know, the buyer before anything is submitted, whether you're applying for a loan in a financial institution or a bank. So what's the direction of the ICT in terms of the use of AI in paperless transaction in real estate? That's the first question. And then the second question would be, are there any plans for using blockchain technology in documents like titles and tax declarations to prevent falsification of documents?
Yeah. Okay. That's a good question. Thank you. Certainly, we are looking at that, no? But first things first, we need to the Department of Finance is also working with us because they are given the mandate for the digital adoptions in.
I think medyo nawawala yung connection ni Sir Mon, ano?
Yes, AJ, I'm beginning to wonder kung baka AI si Sir Mon. Pero, ayan.
Ayan, Sir Mon.
Sir Mon.
Okay, you're back, Sir Mon. We lost you for a few seconds there. Please proceed, Sir Mon.
Sorry for that. Again, we have to take it one step at a time, no? So the first task is to make sure that there is interoperability in government, and that's the reason also a big part of the entire journey would be the conduct of the digital payments adoption, no? Which the Department of Finance is actually spearheaded, are given the task to spearhead, no? So we are working with them closely, and as soon as this is fully embraced and fully utilized, that's a significant step, no, towards making sure that all the other transactions in government that was mentioned. Well, one thing that was mentioned was the fact that in the real estate business, it requires a lot of documentations and paperwork. So yes, we're aware of that in terms of blockchain technology providing smart contracts in the future, and that essentially we need to have an ecosystem that is fully digitalized in order for us to accomplish this. But again, first things first, we want to go to that direction because it's going to be, well, they consider it foolproof, and it's going to be more productive for many. It will also prevent a lot of frauds and risks, no, for both sides. And that is a welcome development, especially coming from myself coming from the banking sector. It is something that we look forward to, and that the national government should have a robust program, no, for us to be able to move towards that direction. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much, Sir Mon. Now we move on again to another question to Sir Raymond from Trend Micro. Sir Raymond, this one is coming from Nrea Metro CBD. So regarding AI taking over social media and AI taking over the works of professionals like mga lawyers, programmers. So I believe AI itself can already do programming on a scripting like a Python in AI. So what will be the future of these programmers, and what will be the future of social media once AI is already here?
Yeah. So AI. So I always say this when someone asks, "Will AI replace me, or will AI replace my job?" So that's a common question. So like yung sinasabi sa kanila na AI is not meant to replace humans, but it's actually meant to augment some of our works. What does it mean? So ibig sabihin, instead of like us doing the manual task, we'll have the AI do that. In terms of examples, real estate, I think one of the things that you also I'm not very familiar with the real estate job, by the way, pero I'm thinking of your concern of like how much a certain like land will appreciate or depreciate in the future, right? How much the value of a property in the next 5 years. So this kind of things can be done by AI. You don't need to like compute everything, or you don't need to guess. Actually, AI can help us like predict what will be the value of a certain property in the next 5-10 years. So that's one of the I think one of the applications of AI. And then if you're scared whether AI can replace you, I don't think so, because I mean, even if I want to buy a property, I won't deal with AI or with the robot, right? I would still prefer to talk to a real human. So the value of the empathy and the love of humans giving to their client is just not something that cannot be replaced by AIs. So don't worry about like maybe losing job. It's still there, but again, us, we have to admit that AI is here, and we have to find ways on how it can augment what we're currently doing, not replace us as a person. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for that, Sir Raymond. So, do you think the Terminator will eventually come to fruition as per the movie?
Maybe no. I think that's more, yeah. Maybe in the movie, yes, but I don't think it will happen in reality. That's too complex, I think.
Actually, if I may add,
Yes, Sir Bon.
there's a recent output coming from McKinsey. This is a big consultancy firm in the US, based in the US, and they found out that among 10,000 that were surveyed in the US, 80% who find it more relevant, who find AI more relevant, actually are ordinary workers. 88%, actually, a very high 88%. So that means it's something that they would want to have, and they would want to know, that would enable them to enhance how they conduct their jobs. No, so it's something really beneficial. So gone are the days that we are immediately threatened, no, by the fact that this is already here. But the thing is, it's actually a good thing to know and to have. No, if we are able to just simply appreciate how AI can help us, no, maraming magagawa na dating hindi natin akalang pwedeng gawin, no? So that's something that we should all adapt to. So it would not replace us. In fact, it would enhance us. That's my short answer.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Actually, right now, the National Real Estate Association is already doing AI here in our Zoom. So if any of our participants who are live now in Zoom, you can see a button there that says AI Companion, and you can talk to the AI Companion similar to Chat GPT regarding the session that we're having right now. So you can ask for a summary, who said this, who said that, what are the key important points, and a lot of new benefits. So we are trying to already start AI here with the National Real Estate Association Business Meeting. So again, AJ, I think we are so blessed to have our two speakers here.
Ah, definitely. Actually, Sir Joey, I know I'm not a speaker, but I must say, to just give a comment. It's supposed to enhance the way that we do our job, no? So we should not be threatened. So yung mga yung mga Terminator movies na yan, it's a misconception, ano? Yeah. So thank you for that enlightenment. But these are the questions that we wanted to be asked, di ba? Para we get to really address yung mga concerns. Sir Mon, there's a specific question for you po. This is regarding the PNPKI initiative of the ICT, so the digital signature. And this is a big thing also, no, for the real estate industry and perhaps in other industries as well. Does the government started implementing this, and what has been the recent experience with a government agency?
Again, the lack of a common stand on this actually has prevented us from pursuing a solid path. So this is being reviewed, and in fact, we consider this as still a relevant technology, but there are other technologies that could come in, and that is why in the process of the review, we're consulting the Commission on Audit, which has a hand on whether this is acceptable in all government transactions, and of course with all the other stakeholders, even coming from the private sector. So yes, this is part and parcel of our digital transformation journey, and soon you will hear a lot from the national government, not just from us, but from the national government proceed in the coming months. Certainly, there will be big changes.
Yeah, because if I may mention, Sir Mon, a PropTech Consortium of the Philippines was formed for the main reason that we wanted to take the lead on digital transformation and real estate. And Nrea, as our founding organization, has been very supportive, of this initiative in the real estate industry. So we wanted to express our support as we continue to do this for the real estate.
That's good to hear. Thank you.
Okay, so maybe this is my last question to Sir Raymond. You mentioned earlier on your slides on the trend vision 1. Are you at liberty to at least give us an idea on how much it will cost so that we can probably prepare for it? Or if not, do you have any user-friendly, free downloadable antivirus or whatever anti-AI scamming tool that we can use for our phones and our devices?
So in terms of the price, I have no idea also, but I think Mikey can help. But anyway, it's right now it's a really good appliance that you can put on your network to track all the bad things that are going on and give you idea on how to fix it. What are if you want to know more details, you can do that. Pricing, I don't know how much actually it costs. But in terms of free tools, we do have some apps that you can download. One of them is so I forgot the name, but it's maybe I'll chat later. But we do have an app that checks for URLs. If you're familiar with, so if you wanted to know whether a site or a link is good or not, so it's an app that you can actually download and try. Two functions: either you can scan a QR code to check if the link is if the QR code is safe, and the other one is whether you can type a URL. It tells you whether the URL is good or bad. So that's one of them. We also have other tools in terms of like password management. I'll just promote that as well. So we also have this kind of tools that you can use again to protect your data, your passwords, your email and stuff. That's something that's available online as well. I mean, I can share that later. I think those are some of the free tools we have. Most of them are actually paid for, for businesses and for consumers. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much, Sir Raymond. Sir AJ, medyo parang na-overload na yung ano ko, yung brains ko. Kailangan yata ng AI brain ko para
Yeah, so just to summarize for everyone's benefit, no, I think we've learned so many things from our speakers today, but I just want to highlight the government digital transformation of the ICT. I really like their tagline, enhance the Filipino experience and empower through digital governance. And there are several initiatives that will connect all the different industries and the agencies. And I think for the real estate practitioners, it is important that we continue to be hungry for learning, continue to educate ourselves on the benefits and the value of the technology. For Nrea, we're glad that you're taking the lead on this education and training, no? And then, of course, for the AI trend and, as mentioned, the benefits and the threat, Sir Jovi, no? I think it's important to understand that it's not going to replace humans. It is meant to enhance and help us to be more efficient and to reduce human error. Of course, help us on the automation of repetitive tasks and also enable us on some jobs that needs assistance, no? Yeah, and again, I think in summary,
yes,
AI.
yes, AJ. Ayan, so ito, I just activated this sa AI companion within Zoom. So I told AI dito sa Zoom na give me a summary of the last 15 minutes. So as per AI, yan, ito yung sabi niya, in the last 15 minutes of the meeting, there was a discussion about AI and its potential impact on various industries. Mr. Mon Gutierrez from the national government emphasized the importance of interoperability in government and the role of AI in enhancing tasks. Meanwhile, Mr. Raymond Almanon from Trend Micro clarified the difference between AI and human intelligence and how AI can augment human work. They also discussed the implementation of AI in the real estate industry, with Sir Raymond mentioning the use of an app. Yeah, so at least meron tayong built-in summary na, no? So with that, maybe get maybe last few words from or parting words from our
Yes.
esteemed speakers. We'll start with Sir Raymond muna from Trend Micro.
I think first, thank you, Pala, for inviting me and Chan Micro on this event. So it's really nice experience. And I think my last words is that it's always scary if new technology starts appearing, right? But I think for us, we just have to be brave enough to understand what it is, what it can do, and then how it can benefit us humans in terms of like new technologies. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Sir Mon?
and Sir Mon?
Yeah, also, on my part, I'd like to again thank you for the organizers, no, for doing this. We would always welcome events like this because this is an outlet for us to help the national government deliver, no, and communicate the things that we're doing. And it's also important that our ordinary people, no, would be able to find out ano ba yung mga pwedeng i-expect na pagbabago. So salamat po sa pagkakataon na ito. Thank you very much.
Partner, Sir Jovi,
Yes,
ang last tip from Sir Raymond, keep your ID safe and secure from Trend Micro.
Yeah, so
And then kay Sir Mon naman of the ICT, download your eGov app now.
Okay, so thank you very much. So this is Jovi Tupa signing off for today. Miss
Yes, and this
AJ?
is AJ Rosero. Thank you so much. And back to you, our host, Miss Alma Grace Sara.
Okay, thank you. Wow, wow. Overwhelmed ako sa discussion. Okay, indeed, times are changing, as we all say, as the government respond on the clamor of its people for ease of doing business, and private agencies such as the Trend Micro Incorporated helps in diving into understanding and providing more information and help create foolproof from all AI risks. It is actually a challenge of how we can cope up with the fast track changes. Those who cannot adapt or refuse to cope up will be left behind. It is a given fact. As it's a constant process of change, we will not stop wanting beyond what we really need. And thank you once again for our esteemed speakers and our moderators. May we request for our speakers to please stay for the presentation of certificates of appreciation to be presented by our board chair, Lady Consultant Imelda Magtoto, coming up after we thank our sponsors through the following AVPs. Okay, thank you so much to our sponsors, Davis Paints and Eganzon Incorporated. For the presentation of certificates, may we call on our board chair lady, Consultant Imelda C. Magtoto, to present the certificates for our speakers. Ma'am.
Thank you, Consultant Alma. The National Real Estate Association Incorporated, or NREA, the one-stop trade organization. Certificate of Appreciation is proudly presented to Mr. Tirso Raymond Gutierrez, Chief of Staff of the Office of E-Government, Department of Information and Communication Technology. In sincere appreciation of your invaluable service to the association as special guest and resource person during the NREA Business Forum online entitled Artificial Intelligence, Significance in Business on March 20, 2024 via Zoom and NREA Philippines Facebook Live, signed by yours truly, Consultant Imelda C. Magtoto, our National President, Mr. Red Rosales, Congresswoman Marisa Del Mar, our Chair Emerita and Chair Lady of Board of Advisors, our Secretary General, Consultant Lourdes Bernadette Carlos. Thank you, Sir Mon.
Yeah, salamat po. Thank you very much.
More
Thank you
power, Sir Mon.
Yeah. Thank you.
The National Real Estate Association, or NREA, Certificate of Appreciation, proudly presented to Mr. Raymond Almanon, Threat Research and Service Project Manager, Trend Micro Incorporated. In sincere appreciation of your invaluable service to the association as special guest and resource speaker during the NREA Business Forum online entitled Artificial Intelligence, Significance in Business on March 20, 2024 via Zoom and NREA Philippines Facebook Live, signed by yours truly, Consultant Imelda C. Magtoto, our National President, Mr. Red Rosales, Congresswoman Marisa Del Mar, Chair Emerita and Chair Lady of Board of Advisor, and our Secretary General, Consultant Lourdes Bernadette Carlos.
Thank you, Paul, for inviting me.
Thank you, Sir Raymond.
Thank you.
More power. Ms. Alma.
Okay, so I take the thank you so much to our board chair lady, Ma'am May Magtoto. I take the honor to present the certificates of appreciation to our moderators. The National Real Estate Association Incorporated, the one-stop trade organization, confers this certificate of appreciation to Ms. AJ Rosero, the Executive Director of PropTech Consortium of the Philippines, in sincere appreciation of your invaluable service to the association as moderator during the Nrea Business Forum Online entitled Artificial Intelligence, Significance in Business held on March 2024 via Zoom and Nrea Philippines Facebook Live, signed by our board chair lady, Consultant Imelda Magtoto, our chair emerita and chair lady board of advisors, Congresswoman Marisa Del Mar, and our national president, Sir Red Rosales, and our Secretary General, Consultant Bernadette E. B. Carlos. Also, I take the honor to present the certificate of appreciation to Mr. Joey Francis W. Tupas, our Vice President for Internal Affairs. As I read, The National Real Estate Association Incorporated, the one-stop trade organization, confers this certificate of appreciation to Mr. Jovi Francis W. Tufas in sincere appreciation of your invaluable service to the association as moderator. During the Nrea Business Forum Online, entitled Artificial Intelligence, Significance in Business, on March 20, 2024, via Zoom and Nrea Philippines Facebook Live. Signed by our board chair lady, Ma'am Consultant Imelda C. Magtoto, our chair emerita and chair lady board of advisors, Congresswoman Marisa Del Mar, our national president, Sir Red Rosales, and our Secretary General, Consultant Claudette Bernadette B. Carlos.
Thank you very much,
Sir
Mr.
Jovi.
National Real Estate Association. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
For the reading of the presentation of the certificate for the MC, my certificate ako, yay. To be presented by Sir Jovi Tufas. Sir.
Yes, okay. So for the certificate of appreciation, this certificate is proudly presented to our Ms. Alma Grace Sara, the Nrea National Trustee and past president of the Nrea Baguio CAR chapter, for being the host for this business meeting. With sincere appreciation of your invaluable service to the association as MC during the Nrea Business Forum entitled Artificial Intelligence, Significance in Business on March 20, 2024 via Zoom and Nrea Philippines Facebook Live, signed by Consultant Imelda Magtoto, board chair lady, signed by National President Mr. Red Rosales, signed by Chair Emerita and Chair Lady Board of Advisors, Congresswoman Del Mar, and signed by our Secretary General for the National Real Estate Association, Consultant Lourdes Bernadette B. Carlos. Good work, Madam.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Wow, ang saya-saya ko naman. Okay, anyway, maraming salamat po sa ating lahat. Napaka ganda ng topic natin at napaka exciting na maintindihan natin na meron tayong gustong mangyari sa buhay natin, pero at the same time kailangan mag-pop up tayo. Hindi pwedeng puro hingi at puro nganga. Okay. Anyway, for the closing remarks, we would like to call back our board chair lady, Consultant Ma'am Imelda C. Magtoto. Ma'am?
You, Consultant Alma, are one of our Nrea trustee. So, good morning, everyone. We appreciate the digital transformation of our government, and artificial intelligence, or AI, can streamline, save time, eliminate biases, and can automate repetitive tasks in our business transactions, especially in the real estate industry. Also, we can use blockchain technology to authenticate and also execute smart contracts, track payments, and take note of all our real estate transactions like leasing and other management functions. In smart homes, benefits on energy efficiency, power bill reduction, automation convenience, and higher security. But we still have disadvantages as costly implementation, potential human job loss, lack of emotion and creativity. Improper and sensitive personal data can be collected, so susceptible to data abuse. So we must be aware of confidentiality, integrity, and availability for data protection. So thank you and congratulations to all our speakers from DICT, COS Mon Gutierrez, and from Trend Micro, Raymond Albanon, our moderators, Ms. AJ Rosero, the Executive Director of the PropTech Consortium of the Philippines, and our very own VP for Internal, our Jovi Tupas, and our MC, Miss Alma Gray Sara. From Sambuanga chapter, we have Miss Ella Galon, Consultant Ella Galon. From Metro Rizal, we have May Ann Fajardo. Thank you. From our secretariat, our chapters, our officers led by our National President Red Rosales, our friends and participants. Also, we would like to invite you on April online business forum on updates of infrastructure projects in our country with one free CPD unit for Nrea members. And also we have our Nrea Chairperson Golf Cup Invitational Tournament on May 15 at Wakwak Golf and Country Club at Shaw Boulevard, Mandaluyong City. Also, our Nrea Dishud National Convention on May 16 to 17 at Makati Sports Club. So, see you all there. Thank you. More power. God bless. Mabuhay and cheers.
Thank you so much to our board chair lady, Consultant Imelda May, Ma'am May Magtoto. Marami pong salamat sa lahat. And now we conclude our March 20, 2024 Business Forum Online with the theme Artificial Intelligence Significance in Business. We thank our last sponsors through this audiovisual presentation, Golden Haven and SMDC.
Golden Haven Memorial Park is known for its thematic memorial parks with inspirations around the globe. We are Golden Haven Memorial Parks, and this is our story. Established with a nationalistic objective, Golden Haven was brought to life in 1982 by former Senate President Manuel P. Villar Jr. It is part of his vision to create brands that are continuously woven into every step of Filipino lives. Considered revolutionary in the industry, Golden Haven boasts of themed memorial parks modeled after the world's most iconic locations and created by the country's most respected architects and engineers. With landmarks such as the famed Christ the Redeemer statue in Golden Haven, Cagayan de Oro, the Nuestra Señora la Virgen del Pilar in Golden Haven, Zamboanga, the Imperial Gardens of Golden Haven, Cebu, the Pope John Paul II statue in Las Piñas, among many others, Golden Haven strikes a perfect balance between solemnity and sophistication. Golden Haven believes that every Filipino dreams to leave a lasting legacy in his hometown. Thus, through Golden Haven's massive expanse of over 30 projects nationwide, The promise of meaningful repose is a reality for the Filipino anywhere in the archipelago. With a wide plethora of products from lone lots, garden niches, columbarium vaults, to the grandest of them all, the esteemed family estates and mausoleums, Golden Haven provides plenty of options for its clients to invest in. Whichever the choice may be, all Golden Haven clients are assured that their investment is of top quality and will carry the promise and philosophy of excellence that Golden Haven has been adhering to maintain the title of Premium Memorial Park Developer in the country. Since its establishment in 1982, Golden Haven has helped millions of Filipinos be prepared for the most challenging times. Despite its inevitability, plenty of the Philippine population regard debt preparations as a non-priority. Hence, when time does come, expense triple or even quadruple in comparison. This is the reason that Golden Haven is arduously working to be the top of mind for Filipinos, both online and offline. As a general reminder that preparation comes a long way.
More than answering the basic need for death care, Golden Haven has been a goldmine for Filipinos who have dared to invest in its grandeur. Dubbed as the most lucrative low-maintenance investment option, Golden Haven's investors are treated to an average of 20% annual increase in valuation. Lot values are only expected to rise with time as Golden Haven has shown robust expansion and consistent market capitalization through the years. Being born of a visionary's penchant for progress, Golden Haven has stayed attuned to the times through leveraging technological advancements. Golden Haven's investors and clients can expect top-notch touch points all throughout their customer experience lifecycle. Regularly updated inventories and fully immersive 3D site tours can be accessed from any mobile device. For account management, Golden Haven has developed a mobile application where account holders can manage their accounts or pay their monthly dues. A seller application is also up for all accredited sellers of Golden Haven to manage their sales, check their commission payouts, and view the status of their client's account. Interment attendees can also remotely be a part of their departed solemn rites through the revolutionary technology Wake Connect, bringing distant families closer during the most trying times. Golden Haven Memorial Park's social responsibility is built within mind, geared for the long-term sustainability of both business and the immediate environment. Open spaces and greeneries are ample in all of Golden Haven's park, while offices are powered by renewable solar energy. A testament to Golden Haven's commitment towards a more holistic future. Golden Haven Memorial Chapels is the beacon of premium death care in the Philippines, established in 2017 in its flagship branch Las Piñas and followed by another branch in Angeles, Pampanga. Golden Haven envisions to become the staple, top-of-mind choice for clients for its sophistication and its complete array of services. The newest addition to the Golden Haven family is the Golden Haven Pet Crematorium. Launched in October 21, 2023, Golden Haven Pet Crematorium, located in Pulangalupa, Las Piñas, features state-of-the-art facilities and equipment to ensure a gentle and compassionate care for our pets. This venture completes the premier death care services Golden Haven has long committed to provide in the country.